borders process erupted in the street in response to the attempt to overthrow the government. The country's President Mohamed Bazoum was detained by troops from the Presidential Guard on Wednesday. Although the soldiers made no mention of him in their announcements this day, July 23, 2023, the Defense and Security Forces meeting within the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland have decided to put an end to the regime. This follows the continuing deterioration of the security situation and poor economic and social governance. Reaffirming our commitment to respecting all commitments entered into by Niger, we reassure the national and international immunity that the physical and moral integrity of the authorities will be respected in accordance with the principle of human rights. Well, the apparent coup attempt has drawn strong international condemnation. The French foreign minister condemned, all attempts to take power by force. The U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken also denounced the situation, making these comments during a visit to New Zealand. We are very closely monitoring the situation and developments in Niger. I spoke with President Bazoum earlier this morning and made clear that the United States resolutely supports him as the democratically elected president of Niger. We call for his immediate release. We condemn any effort to seize power by force. The constitution was dissolved. The borders are now close to where we still don't have any news about the president, Mr. President, who was elected 2 years ago. But what we know is that the militaries are in control of the state right now. There is no more institutions working freely in Nigeria. Yet interestingly, the president Mohamed Bazoum is a key Western ally, and that's why we've heard from the US and France on this. Yeah, exactly, and it's a big disappointment for the West, for France and for the US also, because in Mali, the one country, there was 2 codes, also in Guinea and Burkina Faso. Those 3 countries are now in military transition, and the only country in the Hotel region who had an elected president was Niger. And now with this new event, with this new move by the military Indonesia, we have now 4 countries in transition. So things are getting more difficult in the fight against in the region for the West. Whether there were protests on the streets, do we know what the situation is like out there now? I spoken with activists, also with the correspondents, and it seems that everything came back to normal. If when is calm, there are a lot of militaries in the streets. As I said, the borders are closed, but it seems that there is no more gunshots as we could hear, as people could hear earlier yesterday. I think seems to get back to normal. So do you think the danger point, the pinch point, might be over for now? Then, what could happen next? So Mr. the president of Benin practitioner, a wife does not in the country. She is the special enjoyer for the region. I bought the Eco West to try to deal with the military, but it seems that he won't have any more, not much to do, because they always announced that they suspended the constitution. We are now waiting to see what is going to happen. For Mr. Bazoum.